Howdy, I'm Jason Lewis, and today in the Auto Edit Garage, I'm going to be showing you how to rotate the tires on your 4x4 here, incorporating the spare tire into the mix to kind of spread the mileage out on all of your tires. So the Jeep's up in the air. I have it on jack stand, so it's nice and safe. We're going to pull these tires off, but the quick basics are the rear tires go forward. I should say the rear tires go forward, and the front tires get crossed over to the rear, but the spare tire makes its first appearance on the ground right here. Watch. Okay, so here's the basics of what we're about to do. Here's the Jeep facing forward, or as Fred likes to say, jerp. You're gonna take the rear tires go forward. So that right rear tire goes forward, this rear tire goes forward, so that's fairly easy. That's the easy math to figure out. Then it's just a matter of crossing over the front tires. So this front tire will now go up and back to this one. So it's basically, or if you want to make that simple, it's just a crossover this way. Now instead of crossing over this tire to this back one, you're gonna rotate the spare to here, and then this one now goes straight to the spare. And then next time, that tire will go here and essentially be the crossover like there. Fairly simple stuff. That looks very complicated there, but basically, rear tires forward, front tires crossover, spare just drops right into place here. All right, let's go get that done. So first you want to just get these tires buzzed off of here. So we'll start with the back. Don't forget your roadkill approved gloves. Now since I have this really trick license plate relocation bracket and third brake light mount back here, you just pull that off, unplug that, set that aside for now, and then pull the spare tire off. And you just pull this thing off, and we know that this tire will go on the right rear. So I'm gonna set that there now. And likewise for this rear tire, since this is just moving straight forward, let's get this off and lined up and in position. One thing you got to do when you're working on your Jeep is to take a minute to go throw the Frisbee for your dog, because she deserves it. She's pretty cool. Makes me happy too. One more, Pinto. Uh-oh, got a tree. Oh, she's still got it. All right, back to our regularly scheduled maintenance. Okay, and since I know that this is the front tire that's going to be the most complicated swap, we'll go ahead and get this right to the back where it will live for this rotation. All right. This is our last tire to come off. Get this off, and this goes to the driver's rear. Now here's my luck. I picked the one day in Southern California that it starts raining in the afternoon to do this. Well, fudge sickles. Let's get these inside. All right, so while we have a break in the rain here, I want to show you guys this wheel spacer. A lot of people expressed concern that these are a bad way to go, and I want to tell you that it's very common. It's actually more common than you might think. Now these have been on for about 10,000 miles, and I want to show you that there's no fractures, there's no cracks, the threads are perfect on this. And here's a quick tip. While your tires are off, it's a good idea to just check them while you're rotating them in normal maintenance mode for these things to just make sure that they're tight. We put Loctite on those when I put those on, but I'm just going to put a quick torque on there. Yep, still tight. Every single one of them so far. Yep, still tight. People said that they would loosen up and that they would be problematic, but with just regular maintenance, they seem to be pretty darn good. If you think about it, if you had a rim with this offset, it would add the same amount of force to the hub or to any of the suspension components here. So now let's just get some tires back on this thing. Now here's a quick tip I learned from Fred. Use your feet to lift your tires. Use your toes to lift your tires back on, not your back. So now let's just buzz these in. I don't go tight yet. And now is when you want to go through and actually torque them. Okay, one more thing before we get this last tire on is I wanted to also show you guys, a lot of people also expressed not only concern at the wheel spacers, which turn out are pretty solid right now, also the fact that I put a little bit of anti-seize on my lug bolts here. Freiberger and I went back and forth on this a little bit, and he actually kind of came up with a really interesting thought here. Whatever lubrication that the anti-seize may offer on these threads doesn't actually apply to the actual clamping surface, which is this flange right here into the rim. So this doesn't affect the torque of this actual nut on the rim. So I am going to continue doing this. It has worked well for me, and I just don't want to have these things get seized on there with a little bit of rust. So I'm going to continue using that, and none of these bolts were loose just now when I went to check this thing after 5,000 miles. So, you know, with periodic checking and maintenance, it seems like they're going to be just fine. I'm going to continue doing that. So just a FYI, food for thought. Let's get this last tire on. They go on pretty easy. Almost done. See if we can get this finished before the next rain shower comes through. We're in California, so this rain doesn't bother me one bit. I actually love it. It's a little bit of a nuisance right now when you're trying to get work done outdoors, but otherwise, bring it. We need it. And I've never had this thing in the mud. So, see if we can go find some. And there you go. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode. Just a quick bit of Jeep maintenance for you. Don't forget to follow me at Auto Edit. Yikes. That's wet. On the Instagrams, I'm at Auto Edit. Look for me there. Spend a bit more time. We have some stuff coming up for the Jeep. We got suspension. We got clutch, engine going in on the Mustang soon, so don't forget to tune back in for that. And until next time, enjoy your drive.